Alright, page 8 of 14, I believe, is what it is. What is page 8? I think there's 14 pages here. No, I'm already distracted. 10 seconds into the video. 14 pages, yes. His impression was that his cousin and the older one, important because his younger female cousin also worked there, was in a relationship with this guy, I'm not saying the name, what I had never met at the time of writing this. I tried to explain the best way that I could that I know that there wasn't much that I could really do about my feelings for her, at least for now, because she may or may not be dating him. I had heard somewhat conflicting reports on that. I believed her over anyone else, of course. She was the part of the situation, she'd know more than the others. I had once tried to politely ask what her Valentine's Day, how her Valentine's Day went or something to that degree, because I had several reasons why I was personally interested. Wow, that sounds terrible. Some of these reasons were that I genuinely cared. I heard, you sick. I heard that she had a boyfriend. Also, selfishly, I wanted to know since I liked her, and it would be good to know. If she wouldn't have had plans, I would have at least wanted to try to take her to do something, whether that was out to eat or something, whether it be romantic or not. I just didn't care. I just wanted her to be happy. I think that I heard or got the impression that she and her boyfriend had an argument and were in a strange place. I don't think that she knew if they were together or not, but I could be wrong. It was probably an awkward and strange situation in time for her. So I selfishly got excited in a somewhat sick sort of way that maybe I could pursue a relationship with her. I feel like messing around with people's relationships is generally pretty scummy, and I hoped that I wasn't causing problems in their situation.
Probably was.
I also felt like, in a selfish way, that I had to be scummy if I wanted to have any chance.
If I wanted to smash, I had to be scummy.
With a future with her. I didn't know if she would want to get in another relationship at all, and especially if she had just got out of one. I tried to think about others and how they were probably feeling. I was kind of surprised that she was so open about telling a male coworker that she hadn't talked to all that much, as much as she... I'll get to that later. I don't know if it was already known or confirmed that I liked her. Either way, it was important to know that somehow her sister had asked me who I liked, and I didn't want to lie to her, but I didn't feel like being open about that, especially since I liked her sister. She shortly guessed the correct answer, and I said yes, and I at least attempted to look her in the eyes and be serious shortly after that. She went and told her sister, apparently. At this point, I had some signs from her sister, the girl that I liked, that she may have some feelings for me too. Of course, I had no chance of knowing. One day she came back and talked to me, and it wasn't a little unusual that when she had asked me about my relationship status, oh God, and how I was honest and said that I was single and heterosexual.
I'm heterosexual, don't worry. Fuck, damn. I broke the condom.
I think that was when I really started liking her. I know that I am skipping all over the place in this writing, but I'm trying. I want the audience to have the best picture available. Stop throwing shit at... What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? I'm gonna try to continue after that.
I broke the condom on my hand. I didn't realize you
I have a limited amount of those.
Like you're ever gonna use them.
I might. Shit.
Better raw anyways.
Good to know. I think that is most. I think that is most of the important backstory. At least I hope so. Just remember writing 10 pages of something that I'm trying to remember can be quite hard. Please try to understand. So I'm going to try to get right into what happened today. Jesus God. Basically, I slept from about 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Before jumping out of bed and trying to be ready, I believe that I was supposed to work from 5 to close. I called the taxi to hope to get a ride sooner than 4:30, so I could try again to talk to her, hopefully more successfully this time. So I go to eat some ice cream, and my roommate yells down that my taxi is here, so I hurry and get ready and prepare. So I get to work, and I'm not saying that, who were there, if I remember correctly. I doesn't appear that she was there. So I basically stood around waiting for my chance. She walked away. She walked away from the other women cooking in the kitchen, and I went to her and said, "Can I please talk to you when you get the chance?" She said, "Sure." Eventually, I reminded her in case she forgot or left, and I didn't get the chance to talk to her. Oh, Jesus God. Surprisingly enough, when she wasn't busy, she said, "What did you want to talk about?" I was kind of surprised, yet happy. So I tried not to hesitate and say I was wondering if you wanted to go to dinner next week or something to that effect. So I think that it felt like I was finally free. Then I kind of backed down a little bit, whether
You pushed out.
I sensed a direct rejection or what, and I said something like, "I want you to have a good birthday, and it doesn't have to be serious necessarily," or something like that. She didn't seem totally opposed to it, and she said that she would have to talk to her boyfriend about it. And I was just trying to be cool and said, "Okay," or something. Then I believe that I stood there awkwardly without knowing what to say or do. My mind had been racing. I actually remember something else. My thoughts probably were shock, happiness, somewhat disappointment, because I assumed that meant that she tried to be as polite as possible to reject me, but I can't be sure. I'm trying to let it pass and not worry about it. Some things that I'd like to say that may be important to know were that her friend was right there when I said that. Also, I remember that my voice changed without me trying when I asked or something, and I don't think that I kept good eye contact, possibly out of nervousness. Of course, I was mainly shocked and happy. I texted my friend Dalton to tell him right away. But this time, a blonde coworker was there. I was just happy because I had tried and she didn't completely reject me without thought. 3 more pages. Actually, I think I started walking away. She's like, "You don't have to walk. You don't have to run away or something."
Yeah, 'cause you look like you're running when you're walking.
Yeah, without going on for too much longer. Sorry, I just have a few more things to mention. Shortly after this, a coworker said, "Why did you want to talk to her about something or something like that?" She probably realized how unusual that was for me. I kind of smiled, laughed, and said, "No comment," with no real reason. With no real reason
Well, that isn't weird at all.
is one of my go-to phrases. Then she picked up on what exactly was going on. She said, "We don't allow employees dating," and she already had a boyfriend anyways. My response, "I don't care."
I don't care. Screw your rules. I'm rebellious.
The truth is, I would quit that job in a second if it
If
meant
I
a
could get
chance to
laid.
date her. I didn't write that.
Pretty much.
I don't know how many people, especially guys, at least that I know would do that. Shortly afterwards, I went to work. I saw her cousin, and he was bussing tables, which which basically picks up dirty dishes and brings them to me, cleans the dining area and stuff like that. We talked, and I said I basically asked your cousin out, and he got worried for me. He had
Oh, you poor guy.
he had told me yesterday or quite recently that I need to calm down with all of this. I had
Cool your tits.
I had to refuse.
Keep your dick in your pants.
I didn't think that it was nearly as big of a deal as he made it. Then he said to expect death threats and worry for my safety. I kind of shrugged it off and didn't think much about it. I'm not going to worry and or be scared of negative things. 13. I really appreciated anyone's positivity. I tried not to expect anything because it seems to lead to generally bad things. I had no clue that I'd write 13 pages. Some more backstory that'd probably be good to know is about another male coworker, I'm not going to say his name, who claims to like this girl. He apparently
Oh no, love rival.
can get very violent, and he would be one of these negative consequences. He talked to me once about backing off.
Man, back the fuck off. I'm gonna smash that before you.
That's basically what he said. This apparently meant that he wanted to date her and he didn't want me bothering her, I guess. I really don't care about his or her boyfriend's opinions.
Oh my.
If they if they want to do something to me, I can only try to do. If they want to do something to me, I can only
bend over.
try to do something, but I'm not worried. I still have several things to say. Basically, the important stuff left have to do with my thoughts and feelings. I have been writing for nearly 2 hours now about this. I want to try to drop this situation for a little bit and let it calm down. I want to try to avoid using Facebook because maybe it will help me try to stop thinking about this a little bit. Today is her birthday, so I said happy birthday on her Facebook page, and she liked it. So she apparently isn't mad at me. Her sister now knows about me and the situation, but she's quite supportive of me. About all of this negativity and drama, I would have mainly tried and failed, or at least tried and fail, or have to deal with these guys trying to possibly hurt me. It seems worth it to me. I know that it probably sounds weird. You ruin everything.
Let me get anything better.
This should be the last page. I asked a coworker if she had heard any rumors about me recently, and she said no. So the count of people who know about all of is probably around 7 to 10 at work. It took me a long time to do something, so I was just proud that I did. I didn't really regret it either because I don't really see what I did wrong or how. I try my best, but I can't make everyone happy. So I guess that I'll have to see what happens next. I'm not sure where to go from here. I expect that I won't be going to dinner with her or whatever, but I tried. This guy, the violent death threat dude, seems to have an unhealthy obsession with her.
What you do?
I'm one to talk, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit
I remember
weird.
you talking about that.
It's a little bit weird. I have no reason to have issues with him though. I don't know this other guy, so I don't know what he's like. I'm sure that he won't want his girlfriend going out to dinner with another guy. I have a few more things to say. First, I think that I would be a better boyfriend than either of them because I think that I care about her more than both of them. So, Death Threats has checked out her sister, which I find immoral. As for the other guy, I only have like 30 seconds. He seems to have mistreated her, so that ticks me off for some reasons, mainly selfishly, but it just seems wrong. I do my best to not mistreat her if I got the chance. 14 pages.